This is how you play around Imprint Veiler. This is literally the spice. Boys, the ban list has dropped and Pot of Desires has gone to 2, all right? Now, I knew Konami was already playing with my feelings when they put it back to 1, but I do have a pretty good feeling that it will come back to 3 in the ban list after this one. But unironically, Pot of Desires to 2 makes Gren Maju a little bit better. If you guys like content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below and comment down below, okay? There's one spot in the side deck that I left open. What tech card would you choose to make the deck even better? All right, guys, and also get this video to 500 likes, and I'm gonna start doing those live duel videos with a deck that you can comment down below, like Gren Maju versus a deck, and then we'll try to pick a deck with the most likes and do that live duel, guys, for you guys. Yeah, English is really freaking hard, but without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, guys, let's get straight into the main deck, but before I put out the first monster, do not flame me. This is correct, okay? We're playing not 1, but 2 Gren Majus, okay? We cut one of the Gren Majus. I know it's blasphemy, but let me be really honest with you. It's the worst card in the freaking deck, so we cut it down to 2. It's we'll consider it a win condition, not like the only win condition. All right, next we're playing Triple Dimension Shifter. This card is insanely good in the format right now. It's not that great against Branded Despia. It does slow them down, but it does allow them to garner some more card advantage because they can just banish Tragedy or banish Mercurier, but unironically, they can't use Mercurier from the hand because it needs to go to graveyard. Next, we're playing Triple Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher. This is the best card in your deck, okay? When you see this card, you're probably winning, guaranteed. Next, we're playing Triple Eater of Millions. This card is insanely good because 1, it can't get Nibiru'd because you can't tribute it. You can't get Kaiju'd either, which is unironically hilarious, but it does offer you a way to boost your win condition, but it's not going to matter as much because I am playing some new spicy cards to help with that whole win condition factor. Okay, next, we're playing Triple Danger Bigfoot. This card is insanely good in conjunction with Trade-In as well as Twin Twister, but we're not playing Twister right now. When this card gets discarded, and that's even if you like discard it, if you have too many cards in your hand at the end of the turn, you can pop a face-up card on the field, and on top of that, if you do get to summon it, you get to draw 1 for free. We have its sister, Danger Thunderbird, which basically, again, all dangers, you reveal it from your hand, your opponent will pick a card. If this gets discarded, you can pop a face-down card, and even if they activate it, that card will still pop. Don't let people cheat you. And again, if it's summoned successfully, you can draw a card. Okay, next, for our Kaijus, we're playing Triple Gameciel, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. Kaijus are an out to everything. Against a Sword Soul board, just Kaiju the Baron de Fleur. You don't really care about the Chi-Chao on the field. In the Despia board, just Kaiju the Mirror Jade. They literally don't get the plus off the center from the extra deck as well as the banish. What other matchups are there? Like, it's just insanely good, okay? Next, we're playing Triple Godarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. Again, if your opponent is playing Fluanderies, and you have this card in your hand, you were winning anyways, all right? And I know I say this a lot, but all the monsters in our deck, most of them are level 8, all right? Keep that in mind. Next, we're playing Double Alpha, the Master of Beasts. Now, this card is really good because when it summons itself, it doesn't start a chain, right? When it summons itself, it does not start a chain. And on top of that, you can activate its effects to return the alpha back to your hand, and then a monster on the other side of the field back to your hand. So if you Kaiju'd, let's say, the Baron de Fleur, and you baited out the Chi-Chao Negate, you can alpha, summon alpha, and this plays around Blackout too. You can summon alpha, bring the alpha and the Kaiju back to your hand, and then Kaiju the Chi-Chao and summon the alpha all over again, and now you don't even have to worry about the blackout, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Dino Wrestler Pankratops. Why? Because it's probably one of the best cards in the game. That's it for our monster lineup. Next, we are playing Triple Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Now, this card is insanely good because not only is it Lightning Storm, but it summons you Kaijus. It summons you a level 8, which is really important, okay? Next, we are actually playing Triple Lightning Storm. Again, like, you probably suffer from decks that try to outgrind you, and that's most back row decks. So seeing Lightning Storm in your opening hand is really nice. And even if you're not playing against a back row deck, you can use Lightning Storms if your opponent isn't playing around the Lightning Storms. Okay, next, we're playing double Pot of Desires. You finally can't desires into multiple desires, okay? I mean, you could, but you would have to get ridiculously unlucky to do so. Unironically, double desires is probably better, right? Now we're playing, that's 2 draw cards, right? We're gonna add another 3 draw cards in the form of trade-in. This card is really good with Gizmek because you don't even lose a card because you can summon Gizmek from the graveyard. You can pop a face-up card with Danger Bigfoot and a face-down card with Danger Thunderbird, which is insane. Then now we're playing 6, 7, 8 more. The 8th draw card in Allure of Darkness. This card is insanely good. Even if your opponent doesn't lose to Shifter, you can keep the Shifter in hand and just use it as a lure fodder, which is insanely powerful. All right, next, we're playing double freaking Mystic Mine. A lot of decks are not respecting this card, and even if they do, this isn't even really a win condition. You just activate it to bait out a negate, and then you OTK them anyways, which is insanely good. Next, we're playing 1 Foolish Burial, which is essentially another copy of Gizmek. Because like I said, Gizmek is the best card in your deck. And the fact that you can play 4 of it in a 45 card deck, by the way, is insanely cool. Okay, next, the creme de la creme, the spice. Don't lose to Imperm Veiler ever again. Concentrating Current, okay? Now, for you Duel Links fans, you know what this card does. But if you don't, let's read this card together. This card says, I can target a face-up monster that I control. It gains attack equal to its current defense until the end of this turn. Other monsters you control cannot attack during the turn you activate this card. Now, if you're in the battle phase, okay, and you go, Gren Maju, declare for OTK, and they go, haha, Imperm Veiler, you can chain Concentrating Current, and let's say Gren Maju has 10,000 attack and 10,000 defense, right? It'll boost its attack to 20,000, and then the Imperm Veiler will only bring it back down to 10,000 because Concentrating Current boosts the attack and locks that gain in place, which is unaffected by Imperm or freaking Veiler, okay? This is how you play around Imperm Veiler. This is literally the spice. Go dig it out of bulk right now, but let's move over to the goddamn extra deck. All right, in our extra deck, we're playing Dragooblion and Numeron. This is our OTK win condition number 2, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Heroic Sky Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. The reason we play this, okay, is let's say you don't see Concentrating Current in your opening hand. You make this card first, normal summon Gren Maju, and if they try to Imperm Veiler you, you can negate it with Heliopolis because it negates effects that target, and Imperm and Veiler both target, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, which is basically a monster negate. We're playing 1 Sanafon the Sky Prison, which is basically a towers plus a you can't special from your graveyard, but neither can I type of card. We're playing 1 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, which is basically a speller trap negate, as well as Battle Protection, which is really good. You can actually bait your opponent with this, which is really, really cool, okay? Next, let's move over to our Zeus package, okay? We are playing 1 Lancelot and 1 Dingirsu. Now, Lancelot is really cool because it's a mandatory negate. Now, what that means is that you have no choice but to negate the next card that's being used after the summon of this card. Now, a lot of people don't know that. They only know that it's kind of like a Zeus extender, but most of the time, even like if you're in a simplified game state, you don't even need to make Zeus, because how do you simplify a simplified game state even further? You can just keep this on the field as a negate for next turn, which is really nice. Dingirsu is also really good because 1, it protects itself and the board, and on top of that, you can non-targeting send a card, which is really nice because if your opponent is like using multiple card effects to dodge the send effect, you can still send whatever else they have left. And for our Zeus package, we're playing 1 Pain Gainer, 1 Seven Sins, and the 1 Zeus. Pain Gainer literally doesn't matter, but let's talk about Seven Sins. Seven Sins is a 4K beater that is basically like Dingirsu, right? You can detach a card, it doesn't activate, you can detach to protect itself, and it's a 4K beater, and it's also really good with Concentrating Current because it has 3,000 defense, which means you can turn this into a 7,000 beat stick. Now, for our links, we're playing 1 Topologic 0 Boros, which is really, really good. We're playing 1 Heat to the Fire Charmer just in case you get Ash Blossomed. Then you can climb into a Celine and then into an Access Code Talker. But I would recommend that you play the BLS link, which I don't currently have right now because I lent it to at Jojo ASMR, who's playing in YCS Hartford, as well as other utility cards like Wind the Wind Charmer and Line of the Light Charmer if you decide to go the Fairy Tale Snow route. All right, guys. Now, let's move over to our side deck. Now, most of the time, most players, after they get clapped up game 1, are going to make you go first. So what do? Super simple. You're going to side in 3 anti-spell fragrance, if need be. You're going to side in triple dimension barrier because you're probably playing a Despia player. You're playing triple summon limit to literally stop any deck. You're playing another 3 copies of basically Dimension Shifter in the form of different dimension ground, 1 Macro Cosmos, and 1 Dimensional Fissure. Now, the reason we side deck like this in Yu-Gi-Oh terms is called a smoke screen, and this allows us to be able to play first and kind of play Maju Stun instead of Maju OTK. All right, guys, that's it for me today. If you guys enjoyed this goddamn deck profile, make sure to slap that freaking like button. Get this video to 500 likes, and we'll be posting like Gren Maju versus Despias, Gren Maju versus Source Souls, or whatever else you may need. All right, guys. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video and you did get value out of it, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below and comment down below what that 1 card in the side deck that you would play to really spice up this deck profile. All right, guys. So I've taken up way too much of your time. My name is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles, signing out.
What's up, guys?
If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, alright? Go watch it. This is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles,
HeadtoHead Battles,
signing out.